Hey guys, Mr. BXRP here, and welcome back. Today is September 3rd of 2020, and let's jump right into it. So the market took a bit of a dive the last 24 hours. It's sitting at 357, almost 358 billion. Bitcoin's at 10,873. Ethereum's at 411.84. Tether is holding at $1. And XRP is just over 26 cents, and looks like Chainlink also took a bit of a dive. It's at 13.47. So it's the ebb and flow of the market, guys. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, but you got to be in it for the long haul. And we're going to talk a little bit about that as we go on. So Fiat Leak, I was looking at Fiat Leak this morning. Actually, doesn't look like much is happening there right now. But I was looking at a tweet they made this morning, which was really cool. Here's the tweet. Raw beta footage, and I'm going to, there's no sound on this thing. It says raw beta footage of $45 million worth of cryptocurrency traded against the US dollar in 1 minute. And then they go on to say more than the average per minute trade volume of the entire S&P 500. Now look at this. I don't know if you could see this, but it's like amazing. So there's some sort of a new, this is a beta. There's some sort of a new graphic that we're going to be seeing on Fiat Leak at some point in the future. So anyway, interesting stuff. I always like what they're doing over there. It's fun to watch, and they are plugged into the exchanges, so it's accurate information for the exchanges that they're plugged into. Okay, so moving on. Uphold dropped a bomb yesterday, right? So up until yesterday, the only exchange that had openly agreed to cooperate with the Spark drop was BitTrue. And Uphold yesterday at 1:23 p.m. said, after fervent public commentary, we're delighted to announce that Uphold is supporting the Spark token airdrop. You'll receive Spark tokens on a one-to-one basis to the amount of XRP you hold on December 12th, 2020, the snapshot date. Okay, so Uphold stepped up. I mean, it's smart move. Listen, all of the exchanges that plan to or are thinking of, or they all should be anyway, cooperating with the Spark drop, should be saying it now so that people can, prepare to use their exchange and not have to make other arrangements, right? So I jumped in here and I had said Uphold just made this big boy move, and I think they could end up eating Coinbase's lunch. Congrats to JP Tiriot and Michelle O'Connor, who are both, JP is the CEO of Uphold, and Michelle is their sales VP, I believe, and the Uphold team for stepping up early in the process so their customers can have a clear path moving forward. Watch their 2.3 million user base grow. They have 2.2 million users on their platform right now, and they are just going to grow more and more and more. I mean, it's good for them. It's a big move for them to go after Coinbase and to try and steal some of their market share. So I wish them the best. They are always actively in the community and talking with us and working with us, and they have great products. I mean, if you open up their app compared to any other exchange on the market, they have more products than anyone else. I mean, absolutely anyone else. So in the way of, they have cryptocurrencies, they have equities, so you can buy you can buy stocks, you can buy fractional shares of stocks, which you can't get in the US yet, but it's coming. You can buy metals, and before you know it, you'll also be able to buy private equity. So there's all kinds of things that they do, and they really are making a move out in the market, which is big stuff. All right, this came out from CoinDesk yesterday. It said Pornhub, the popular adult site, has added Bitcoin and Litecoin as payment options for content. So guys, I mean, I guess you could just say it's adoption, and what else are you going to do with your Bitcoin or your Litecoin, right? I mean, at least they have a use case now, so good for them. Listen, it doesn't really matter what the use cases are for cryptocurrencies as long as there are use cases. Otherwise, if there's no use case, there's no value. If there's no value, they go to zero. So good for them. They now have a use case. That's fantastic, and that'll work for them. All right, this was from at XRP Euphoria, and that's Andrew on Twitter. He's been around a long time. He's a good guy, and just another example of Ethereum gas costs. And he said, I'm done with anything ERC20 related. and I'm done with Uniswap. Swapped out of 2 projects where I had a net $1,000 in profit after all the swapping and sending to an exchange to trade out of Ether. The fees alone cost me $425. So nearly 50% of his profit got eaten up by Ethereum gas costs. So continues to be a problem. Just wanted to point out to you, Christine Lagarde did a tweet yesterday, a 2-part tweet. The second part of the tweet, she said, now we need faster digital transition, climate protection as a priority, and completed banking union and capital markets union backed by cutting edge payment systems. I like the way she talks. I like the people she hangs out with, and I agree with her 100%. So also saw this tweet from at BC Backer, the blockchain backer, and he said, something I like about Crypto Bitlord is that he gets it. Yeah, he's wild as can be, but he gets it. This is not about little 20 to 30% trades getting in and getting out. This is about thousands of percentages multiple times over. So, and that's why my thumbnail for this video was Bart Simpson saying, I will not sell my XRP. I will not sell my XRP. Listen, you got to be in this for the long haul, guys. I mean, XRP went down to 20, I think it was like almost 25 cents this morning. If you're in it for the long haul, if you know what you hold, if you know what they're doing, if you get it, if you've watched the partnerships, if you've watched the evidence, if you believe that the world wants to transmit their money cheaper and more efficiently, and if you believe that banks want to be more profitable, then you're probably in the right place. So I agree with them 100%. This is about thousands of percentages, 100%. I absolutely agree. Okay. This I saw from Jeff Hardy, and he's at ISO_XRP. I thought this was an interesting post because I literally had this conversation with a friend on the phone 5 minutes before I saw the post. I literally asked him the same question, and here's what it is. He says, scenario, XRP goes on a crazy run before December 12th. Do you hold for your Spark tokens, or do you say screw Spark and cash out? I literally asked somebody this question moments before I saw this, because my thought process was, if XRP did go on a crazy bull run, people might not, I mean, listen, I know the Spark tokens are free and I want them and I'm going to get them and all that good stuff, but I think the more valuable XRP is, the more nervous people are going to get about if they have to move it anywhere to get their Spark tokens. But it's going to be interesting. I think one of the most interesting things about the Spark drop, I don't want to call it the airdrop because people get triggered, but we'll call it Spark drop. One of the most interesting things that I can't wait to see is how much of it they're going to burn, because they're going to burn a lot of them. I mean, they're going to burn whatever Ripple's holding. I think whatever Ripple employees are holding, they're going to burn those equivalent Spark tokens. And then whatever retail investors don't claim, and I think a lot of people aren't going to claim them because a lot of people aren't going to know about it. A lot of people aren't going to want to move their XRP. I think you're going to see a lot of it not get claimed. So they might start with 100 billion Spark tokens. And by the time it's done, I think 6 months later when they do the burn, you can end up with 20, 30, 40 billion. I don't know what the number is going to be, and it's still a lot. But my point is the majority of them are going to get burned, which is going to be interesting. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, everyone can't wait to see what the value. I mean, I don't know how you determine the value when something like that comes out. Like, how do you put a value on something that's new that doesn't necessarily have a use case? I mean, without trading taking place. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's done and what it comes out at. So this was from Michael at VAL5 Link, and it says, moreover, the Federal Reserve has purchased $1 trillion in mortgage bonds since March, capturing 30% of the country's outstanding mortgage bonds. Wow. I talked about housing yesterday. I talked about zombie foreclosures. There's 1.5 million zombie foreclosures. That's just houses that people have already walked away from. I also asked you guys if you wanted me to do a video on distressed properties, how to buy them, how to sell one if you're having a bad situation and you're stuck in a distressed property, or financially you can't afford your house anymore. And I literally asked people to put in the comment section of my video just the word yes if you want to see a video, and I had hundreds of people say yes. So I will be putting out some content on housing and distressed properties. I'll let you know how I'm going to do it, but I'll get it done for you. And I will be sharing that information from you because so many people were interested in it, and I am happy to share that information. But it will be coming soon. Okay, this is a video. I saw Chip from On the Chain, and he's at Stephen Chip on Twitter. I want you guys to see this because this is kind of real estate related, but it has to do with commercial real estate. I want you to watch this because I think this guy is hashtag delusional, but listen to this.
As a way of working, you've talked several times over the past few weeks about the power of people being together and those sorts of things. I think we're seeing that manifest even in our social lives. Just help me understand that a little bit.
So here's what I would say. Our view is that office space, after talking to virtually every company that we lease space to, that they're bringing their people back. The only reason some are saying we're actually not bringing back everyone right now is they don't have enough space to be able to have social distancing while that's important to bring everyone back. So they may be bringing back 50% of the people because of that. But eventually they're going to bring them all back. And I guess the point I would make, and I think this is in our company, but it's in other companies we talk to, the office is about the social interaction of people. It creates a culture in a business. The spontaneity and the collaboration that comes from an office is incredibly important to a business. And you can't create that by video conference. You can maintain it for a while, and that's what we've all done for a little while. But you really can't do that over the long.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that's not what I'm hearing. That's not what I'm seeing. So many people have gone home to work that business owners are realizing they don't have to have their physical space anymore. People are getting their jobs done. And one of the things that it's causing is we have seen in the real estate business people moving to smaller homes over the last several years, right? So they sold their McMansions and they moved on to smaller homes. Now we're having a hard time selling the smaller homes, and the larger homes are selling because here's what's happening. The business owner is saying, well, now I'm going to work from home, so he or she needs an office from home. They may have kids at home now that are schooling at home, so now they need more space for their kids to do their schooling. In my market, we have some really nice high-end townhomes that usually sell like hotcakes, and now they're not selling because people are going for the larger homes. So this is not what's going on in the real world, guys. Commercial real estate is going to get crushed. I mean, big time crushed. And all the restaurant owners that I know are telling me they're only paying a percentage of their lease every month for their restaurants, if they're paying anything, because they're telling their landlords, listen, it's all I can afford. If you want to take it over, you take it over. I mean, they just can't afford to pay it. I was in one of my favorite restaurants last night and it was empty. So it's really still crazy out there. Okay, Grayscale, at Grayscale posted this. XRP has gained momentum amongst both financial institutions and individual users. Why? Learn more about XRP in our Building Blocks report aimed to help investors of all levels better understand a digital asset. I love this. So it's a short read, but it's just a little, they're explaining what is XRP, what it's used for, and who uses it. I love that these companies are out there educating their customers and their prospects. So the education process is beginning for new people, for people that may not be into digital assets yet. I can't wait to hear the numbers, the percentages by the end of this year and then the end of next year, percentages of Americans or people worldwide, what percentage of them actually hold any digital assets, because those numbers are going up big time. So this is great stuff too. This was Catherine Cooley, truly humbled to be part of the Fortune magazine 40 under 40 class of 2020. Cheers to those who fight for life, financial liberty, in the pursuit of making digital assets accessible to all. So she was named Forbes 40, Fortune 40 under 40. Good for her. She's doing a great job. Hopefully we'll hear Binance US is going to cooperate with that Spark drop too. They haven't made any mention of it yet. But for those of you who don't know, Catherine Coley used to work at Ripple. So she has some great ties at Ripple. And obviously Ripple has some great relationships with the XRP ledger, and the Spark token is being built off the XRP ledger with a with a utility fork. So there's a lot of connections there. I'm sure she would want to support it if she could, and that's something that might happen in the future. Okay, this was from Allison at Allison Kershaw, and there's just so much negativity on Twitter. It's like everybody brings their negativity to Twitter. It's so hard to find optimism on Twitter. And it's just overwhelming for some people to take. And she posted this. She says, I've never seen so much pessimistic views in my life as I do here. In order to succeed in anything, you need to be optimistic always or you'll fail. Even when, and it will, XRP moons, the negative will lose out. Something will happen which will determine you lose your currency. And I agree with her 100%. And people will say, and I see this all the time, well, optimism won't make the price go up. You know what? Optimism won't make the price go up, but optimism might make you hold it longer so you get paid more. Optimism might make you make a lot more better decisions in your life if you're optimistic. Nothing fantastic in life was ever developed, made, or achieved by a pessimist, period. You have to be optimistic, guys. And it doesn't mean there's not going to be weeds in the garden. There's always going to be weeds in the garden. What do? Pick the weeds, move on, move forward, keep forging forward. So I am with her 100%. Optimism is key. And if you don't have it, you cannot be successful, period. And you can't be one of these people that's up one day and down one day and up one day and down one day. I always try to teach people when I do sales training and when I train new real estate agents, or I've trained salespeople in my career, that you want to keep your emotions on a steady line, on a steady level, because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you get too excited at one point and things don't work out, then you drop below the line and now you're negative. You have to control your emotions. So I want you to mentally imagine your emotions on a linear line, like a straight line, and keep yourself on the line. And here's the best way to do it. Make it your life's goal that the people who are surrounded by you daily don't know whether you're having a good day or a bad day, period. Nobody should know. Nobody should be able to figure out you had a bad day because you're the same person. And I challenge everybody to do that because I think it's a fantastic tool to do in life. Okay, last thing I want to show you, and kind of relates to that a little bit, is this I showed a long time ago. I'm going to show it again. I think it's a great life lesson, and I want you to watch this video.
Now see what's happening here. I shook both of them at the same time with equal energy. But now you see what is happening here. It actually erupted like a volcano and messed up everywhere. Now the most painful part is that I can't recover my soda. Once it is spilled, that is the end of it. Now, sometimes when you are angry, please close your mouth, because you may end up unleashing certain words that you never intended completely, and it can worsen the situation. And sometimes you may apologize and say, I'm sorry, but some words are like venom. They can poison someone's heart against you permanently. Now look at this one here. It's looking like nothing happened completely because I never opened it. And sometimes when you're angry, it is advisable to keep calm and postpone your action. You may even need to leave the place for a while and come back later to handle the situation. You'll realize you'll handle it with a lot of sobriety, and you'll be in charge of your thinking and your words. Believe you me, if I open this one later, nothing will happen. Don't let anger control you. Close your mouth sometimes so that you don't erupt hot magma.
I love that. It's absolutely fantastic. So great thing to share with people. Anyway, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a window cleaner. And I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now. And it's free today to subscribe. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the notifications button if you want to be notified when I drop new videos. Share my videos with anybody who you think might appreciate them. And everyone have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.